Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Father Mbaka shares shocking revelation to Buhari about Naira scarcity and the upcoming election. Father Mbaka shares shocking revelation to Buhari about Naira scarcity and the upcoming election. To my dear listeners, this is today's news. The upcoming elections would be ruined by the current Naira problem, according to Reverend Father Ejike Mbaka, spiritual director of the Catholic Adoration Chaplaincy in Enugu. During the opening Sunday sermon at Adoration Ground, Umuchigbo Nike Mbaka issued the warning. He bemoaned the fact that the federal government and President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired, started implementing the currency policy just before the general elections, despite having 8 years to do so. He added that if the country's ongoing Naira crisis is not resolved, both the President and Central Bank of Nigerian Governor, Godwin Emefiele, will suffer. Do you believe that Nigerians will vote if the scenario persists? The preacher said, insisting that there was no excuse for the unfathomable suffering the dictatorship had inflicted upon Nigerians. What is happening now is a coup d'etat on democracy. But who will say it? To buy pure water, will you do a cash transfer? Why mess up Nigerian because you people are going? Why didn't you start it all the while? 8 years was enough for you people to stabilize it. Wickedness. No job, no food, no house. Mbaka lamented further. People will suffer to make money and still suffer to take their money, and there is still a country. I am giving both the president and the CBN governor a mandate from heaven if they don't want to react immediately and stop this self-imposed wicked suffering on the people. They will suffer. I am giving both the president and the CBN governor a mandate from heaven if they don't want to react immediately and stop this self-imposed wicked suffering on the people. They will suffer. What a rubbish. Why do you multiply misery? People are sleeping in the bank to get their money. In which country has it ever happened? People are now selling money, not dollars. It is easier now to get dollars than to get Naira. Parents cannot have money to buy foodstuff for their children. I don't know how many will be alive by the time the so-called new currency will come out. The new currency is not even good. The design very poor. The color separation rubbish. And everybody's talking election. Election. Will dead men do the election? Men of God, you better open your mouth. I have come back from monastery to see my people in suffering in agony. It is time to tell Pharaoh, let my people go. He warned. He lamented that parents now spent their night either in ATMs or in filling stations, stressing You are killing people. What kidnappers are not doing, you are doing worse. People cannot access healthcare. By the time the doctor gets alert, the person is dead. He asserted that the new currency policy was evil in the nation and that more than 98% of Nigerians' populace was unaware of it. Why would you push out the old Naira if you weren't prepared for the new one? Mbaka disappointed that despite the lauded job creations, he had returned to find that many Nigerians had lost their jobs. The present government, I want to ask you, change or you people will cry. What you are inviting, you cannot face it. The Hausas are crying, the Fulani are crying, the Yorubas are crying, the Hebrews are crying, the Niger Delta people are crying, the Middle Belt are crying. Who are you now leading? The upcoming elections would be ruined by the current Naira problem, according to Reverend Father Ezekiel Mbaka, spiritual director of the Catholic Adoration Chaplaincy in Enugu. During the open Sunday sermon at Adoration Ground, Umuchibo Nike Mbaka the warning. It bemoaned the fact that the federal government and President Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired started implementing the currency policy just before the general elections, despite having 8 years to do so. He added that if the country's ongoing Naira crisis is not resolved, both the President and Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele will suffer. Now I've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by